Hey guys, Carmine here, and just a little info for this preview. We recorded this a couple of months ago when a YouTuber who Preston and I both cite as big inspirations for us to start our channels, and this person decided to quit. Technically, it's not Game of Thrones related, but her videos on that topic, once again, inspired us to make our own channels, so we felt it was appropriate to discuss it on the Thrones podcast. That YouTuber is Comicbookgirl19. However, we decided to sit on that video for a month to see if she'd return, and sure enough, she did. I'll leave more information in the description below if you're curious, but we do discuss her, YouTube in general, other channels, clickbaiting, and so on, and no, we don't trash talk anyone. At one point, Preston even drops a bombshell on me specifically about his days as a writer for a certain website before his YouTube stuff, and I think it's one of our best episodes yet. Once again, check the description below for more information. Enjoy. So, continue what you were saying, by the way.
So we can't just, we're in the middle of a discussion of YouTube and some interesting news for me and Carmine happened today or recently. It's not so interesting to everybody else because, you know, not that many people watch her channel, but the YouTuber that was the inspiration for both Carmine and me to get into YouTube, and you know, it's somewhat by chance, somewhat by the fact that we were both into Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, but you know, we're essentially talking about Comicbookgirl19.
You called her Comicbookgirl19 like you called her Comicbookgirl18 like one of the
17. I usually call her 17. No, but I say it half the time as a joke, half the time because I kept screwing it up. So Comicbookgirl19 was both of our inspiration to join YouTube. She had done.
Right.
I mean, it's funny because we say like, oh, back in the day, it was like 4 years ago. Like it wasn't that far.
Honestly, yes, it was 4 years ago, and it was a really long 4. You know what? I'll say this now. I actually really like all of her content, and not so much her game. Like a lot of people were subscribed to her because of her Game of Thrones stuff. That's not why I subscribed. I really loved her Prometheus video. She did a video on the movie Prometheus, which is supposed to be the prequel to Aliens.
Yeah.
She did an amazing video on The Winter Soldier, which is one of my favorite Captain America films. She did an amazing videos on The Hunger Games, which I read the books. I actually liked them when I was a young kid. She has really good content, and most recently she uploaded a video about how she's going to be ending her show on YouTube and moving to Twitch. And it's kind of a sad, somber moment that the inspiration for both our channels is essentially calling it quits. And I just want to discuss it a little.
Yeah, I mean, and in the video, she's very, very honest and emotionally raw, and you definitely feel what she feels, and it's tough because she her content, because she has an expertise on certain things that she was passionate about. Like I was never into Hunger Games, but I understand what you're saying about like she freaking loved the books and then she loved the movies, and so she knew those things in and out, and she spoke with expertise and passion about a subject which is rare. Like some people get a lot of expertise, but they're they're not engaging to listen to, and then some people are really passionate about something but they don't have anything to say. And so Comicbookgirl19 was a true fan of specific things.
She's a big fan of X-Men, I think, more so than Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I mean, she, as her name, tells us, she was a big comic book fan, as was I when I was younger, and so she was into many of the same comic books. When she did videos on things she wasn't passionate about, those videos you can tell they're just like, okay, she's just talking about this because she's making a video.
Her Game of Thrones season 4 videos were very like apparent that she was kind of done with the show.
Yeah, because she was always more of a book fan, and the first 3 seasons are really good, and then all of a sudden, things drop off. And I still to this day quote when she was just on the money, where she's like, "Huh, Peter Dinklage, they chose the Brad Pitt of dwarves."
Yeah,
I was like that line. I mean, I'm still quoting it freaking 4 years later.
Yeah.
Like it's true. Like as great as Peter Dinklage is, it's not Tyrion. Like he's not. He's Brad Pitt of dwarves.
And I just want to say this before we continue, because we're just going to discuss it for just briefly. We
Yeah.
were discussing it before, and this is kind of like our backroom discussion, whatever. I just want to say this, because people love to misconstrue everything. It happened to me a while ago, and somehow you were dragged into it. I apologize for that.
Oh, okay. Well, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff is pretty commonplace. Because people love drama and they love.
Yeah,
they
but
love,
you're never attached to that shit, and it's kind of it's like I don't want to keep you in that drama hellhole. But I just want to say this, and I just want to say this now, so we're not misconstrued. We're not bashing her. We're not here to trash her. We're not going to do that. We have a lot of respect for her. We're just here discussing her situation, what's going on with YouTube, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's about it. Once again, this is just going to be an exclusive for now, because we don't want to be like. We don't want some random person to take what we say here and then bring it to her and have her think we're trashing her, when we would never do that. Because I know how the internet is. If I say her shirt is blue when it's really baby blue, then the internet loves to like take that and make it sound like I'm just completely destroying her when I'm not. So yeah.
She's our inspiration. We freaking
there's
love her.
a significant amount of respect there.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, there would be no Preston Jacobs or Red Team Review channels without Comicbookgirl19. I don't think she really understands, because I mean, she doesn't know who we are, but I don't think she understands how inspirational she was as a channel that like other people looked to and mimicked.
Honestly, you know what's funny? And I hate to interrupt you right here. It's funny that you say that, because since like we started our channels, you don't speak to a lot of other YouTubers, but I do. And the YouTubers in our community, many of them were inspired by us, if you can fucking believe that.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a Lord of the Rings YouTuber, if you can believe that, and he, according to him, was kind of inspired by me to start his own channel. The fucking kid just reached 100,000 subscribers the other week.
Yeah.
And, which I also want to give him a shout out during the mini episode, if that's okay.
Sure.
But no, I've talked to other YouTubers who were inspired by you to start their channels.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was inspired by you a little bit.
stop it. Let's not blow each other just yet. Let's everybody calm down a little. But what kind of annoys me about her situation is that YouTube never used to be like this. The very opposite of what it's about now. Right now, it's essentially all big corporations coming in and trying to turn YouTube into cable, when we all cut the cord. Well, most of us at least. I know a lot of millennials, actually, hate using that term, but people my age who have actually cut the cord, don't want Dish, don't want cable, don't want anything to do with that, and they like having Hulu, Netflix, and YouTube. Those are the three trinities. Hulu, Netflix, and YouTube. And now it almost seems like YouTube is becoming like the new form of cable, and it's kind of pushing aside its original creators who helped make it what it is. And I think she is a part of that era, and it's kind of just pushing her out. You and I are way too small to even be like pushed out or even pushed in. We're just kind of like in the middle.
And I think there's certain like major media outlets that get bumps. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah. Someone told me that they know for a fact, they've seen it happen, that NBC pays certain people at YouTube to get their shit on trending.
Sure.
There are
And
YouTubers.
no matter who you are, like you could watch nothing but like death metal all day long on YouTube. You're gonna still get carpool karaoke recommended to you.
Right.
Like it just doesn't matter who you are. Fucking James Corden's carpool karaoke is going to be in your fucking
Exactly.
recommended. It doesn't matter.
And I know someone who does work for YouTube, and even a former employee. And I also have like people who work for networks that I always speak to, and they're always telling me what's going on with internally and all that stuff. And I know for a fact that NBC and a lot of these bigger networks do pay for a lot of these trending spots. And before, the trending spots were about us. Now it's all about, what Jimmy Fallon is talking about, or what new Joe Colbert has on Trump, which, by the way, is always funny. But I think the wall that Comicbookgirl19 now is up against, what she's facing now, is that before, her channel was around good quality content that she would upload maybe twice or 3 times a month. And that's how I've always liked it, She doesn't spam my inbox. But now the algorithm has changed. Before, the algorithm was longer videos and at least 3/4 watch time was king. That's how you got up there.
Yeah.
Now it's quantity because YouTube is now having to face competition from Twitter, Facebook, and Netflix for people's time. They value how long you can keep someone on the website more and how many days you keep them coming back for. Everybody uses YouTube every day, but it doesn't matter to them. They want you coming back every day, and they want you coming back to your favorite YouTubers every day. So as a requirement, YouTubers, if they want to grow and not have their subscribers dipped, need to put out content every single day, or at least every other day. However, with Comicbookgirl19, once again, she likes uploading quality videos that take time to make, and sometimes they can only be made 2 to 3 times a month. You know, it takes time to make good stuff, and ever since Adpocalypse, you know, that's it. They don't favor that anymore. That's the problem.
A lot of these people, like, okay, yes, Adpocalypse happened, and, you know, our revenue and our views are massively down. At the same time, I understand that media changes. And at the same time, I understand that it was like kind of lucky that there was a period in which people could upload absolute crap to YouTube and it would be watched and, and, you know, and people would earn money off that. I think that warped people's expectations on what they can do for a living. Yeah, when this person's like, oh my God, I can't talk into a camera about what I like at almost no work and get paid and do, you know, for like, no, you could never have done that before. If there was a short period of time where you could do that, like, yeah, that was kind of weird. But now it's going back to you know, processed, like, super media oriented, like, stuff, because no, human society isn't built around a system where someone can talk into a camera about how they felt about a movie and make a living.